You have troubles finding the right approach for your next miniature, your army, or maybe even your first miniature, then this is the tutorial you need to watch. Hello and welcome to our entry-level video of limitless painting. My name is Marcus, I'm a professional miniature painter, and I will show you today, step by step, how you reach your entry-level miniature. And today we chose a Lizardman mage out of this box. But before I start an army, or even a single model, we need to think about the color scheme. Sometimes I have trouble finding a nice color scheme. So this time I keep it simple, I go with the box art. After the model is dry from all the assembling and gluing process, we go to the foundation. As you can see, I always prime my models with two colors, black and white. Therefore, we have the dark shadows, but also a pretty nice surface for brighter colors. So we start with a black priming, and then white from above and a little bit around the model. Before you start applying your base colors, there are some important points to talk about. Point number one of the most important parts, thin your color. Most of the paint out there need to be thinned a little bit. I personally keep it very simple. For most of my paints, I use two brushes full of paint. After that, I use a clean brush, go into the water and directly into the paint. There are several ways of checking the consistency of your paint. For me personally, I really like to paint it on my skin and check the opaqueness of the color. A very beginner-friendly way of checking your color is to have a spare model with the same primer as your other model. And on that miniature you can paint your color and check if it's opaque or not. So stop talking, start painting. And first of all, we'll start with the very basics, applying the base coat to all surfaces. So the base coat should be very opaque. Nothing of the primer should shine through the color. Most of the time, two layers should cover all of your surfaces. But be aware, some colors are not that opaque, some colors are a little bit more difficult, so make sure all of your surfaces are very opaque and nothing of the primer shine through. So check point number two. Sometimes you will have a hard time properly painting all the surfaces without making mistakes. So make sure every color is where it's supposed to be. I recommend after you paint all the surfaces, all the little details, all the major parts of the model with the base coat, turn the model around and check it out if there is any kind of mistakes and make some little touch-ups. Checkpoint number three. Sometimes in the painting process you get a little bit irritated and sometimes you will not like the result. So make sure you like the colors before we go to the next step. So you're done with your checkpoints now. So you can be pretty sure that the first steps are properly made. So we are now coming to the next step. After all base colors are done, we are now focusing on the shadows. For me personally, there are two approaches of shading your models. First approach, I use the same shade for the whole model. But beware, it's not always easy to find one shade that fits the whole model. Make sure it's kind of a mid-tone. It shouldn't be too dark and it shouldn't be too light. Especially on bright models, it's very hard to achieve a good amount of contrast. So choose wisely what kind of wash is perfect for your model. Approach number two. For each color on the model, we use a separate shade. That gives you a very bright and very colorful appearance. I really recommend that, especially for beginners. That's the easiest way to shade your model. The specific washes I used for this tutorial you can find in the description below. For the entry-level tutorial, we keep our base very easy and very simple. So one base color and a wash is enough for us. To make sure the entry-level miniature is done, we have several points to check. First of all, are the colors opaque? Again, check if there is no surface primer shining through the colors. That gives you a very clean and nice appearance of the model. Number two, are the washes applied properly? If the washes or the shades are applied properly, you have a very nice contrast on your model. Third, and this is the most important step on that little checklist, are you happy with the overall appearance? Turn your model around, flip it upside down. If you're happy with that appearance, you're fine. You're done with entry-level painting. If you want to invest more time in your model and boost it to the next level, check out this video.